First things first here, I would like my group, all of the Colorado Van Council members that are here working, stand up. I'd like to thank all for being here to support me through this. Thank you all very, very much. Good time. Okay, great. Van was okay last night? Awesome. We'll do that again tonight. So, welcome. I hope everybody's drinking lots of water. Drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your water. You probably heard that from us all 1,000 times, but please do. Coffee pots are on the back of the room. There's some donuts if you need that. Have a cup of coffee. And I don't think there's anything else. I think you'll do it. If you need me for anything, or if you need anything from any one of us, and we'll help it out, and we'll try to make it work for everybody, okay? Have a good meeting. Welcome.
Hey, easy now, Jeff. Your wife's here in the front.
Easy. I'm behind it. All righty, so the first is the reading, unless there's any motions regarding that.
Can I make a motion?
I hope we go get Raul and have him make a motion.
Yes.
He's gonna call you, so I have the cell phone on.
Yes, we should point that out at the beginning of this, that it is the standing $5 charge if your phone rings during the meeting. $10 if you answer, and $20 if you're trying to sneak me a text and answer back. So at least put them in vibrate mode. Some of the ringers are. Anyway, so do we get a name on the motion?
Oh my God. Maybe a motion we can pass on.
Any second on it?
Second. Oh, you win? No, he said Lynn.
I called Lynn. Lynn. Thank you. Anybody that hasn't been here in recent years, council board is up front. We're just here to help facilitate the meeting and make it happen. We have Dave Astro, Huffstetter at the end, doing broadcasting. So if you guys are in any witness protection programs, keep your hand down. Captain Willis in charge of our address and contact information database. And John Cunningham eagerly take his notes, so we have every year. Tina, I was so close, 4 letters. Tina also taking minutes, so we'll put those together. And for anybody that hasn't seen me wandering the halls, Jeff Coma and the guy. So we're going to go through the roll call. I wanted to point out that the form that we put up on the website seems to have been a roaring success because we had 27 councils actually respond on there, so that made the information together ahead of time. Only one person, one form got it pretty much set up the way it works for everybody. We're going to go through again. I'm going to call off your names. Just have a quick look at the list that should be on everybody's desk, just to make sure your contact information is right. Just let us know that, and you've got approximately 13 seconds if you have a quick announcement about your council, but we'll try and just pass through this as quick as possible. So starting off with
Taz and Jill, everything on all the information is correct on there, and we're just trying to promote a lot of banning.
All-in-One Alliance. Nobody here from them?
They're not here.
Bruce, okay, we'll skip that one for a second. We'll come back. Colorado Van Council, they better be here. The contact information right. We did have them as an excused absence last year, but nobody has heard anything from them.
They're still in existence.
Okay. We'll reach out to them.
Actually, they did register,
They did register.
yeah, but they must not.
Does anybody know anybody from downstate Illinois that somebody is actually in the hotel somewhere from?
I belong to downstate Illinois.
Okay.
Corn Belt.
Jump from Corn Belt down to-
Glasses on.
Sorry.
But Doc Yukon's here, and he's from out that way. He's in the building.
I don't know if he belongs to that, so.
Well, whatever.
He's in. All right, so downstate Illinois is here. Information already?
Yes.
Florida Van Council.
We're here. John, is the address good?
Greater New York Van Council. We had a question about them last year. Nobody's here from them this year. All right, so this year we're going to remove from the list. It looks like the last time they were here was 2010. Heart of America Van Council.
We're here representing Heart of America.
All right, is that the right contact info? Hoosier Van Council, Congress, sorry. One.
They were questioning.
They're just trying to hack them.
They were gone.
Yeah, so Hoosier Van Council then is Van Congress, sorry. They're still gone, right? Van Council. Maryland Van Council.
Here. Hey, information all good and Dorchester.
Mid-Atlantic Association.
Here. And I need to, please, as of this year, is Brady wants to step in and take over, we will be dissolving. So if anybody wants to get in contact with me, phone 309-360-1696, if I'm interested in keeping Madison alive, give us a call, because the grandfathers that started it both stepped out completely, and we have no. Thank you. Yes, as of today, we're on.
So,
So we'll look to drop them from the list unless somebody reaches out. So if somebody does put their hand up to jump in, you have to reach out to us. Midwest Van Council.
We're here, all good.
All good. Minnesota Organization of Fan Enthusiasts.
That's
Yeah, Nancy and Trigger is who's registered against it. Are they still running a council or?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
They still put out a newsletter.
Okay.
The address is Penn Avenue, if that's what it is, it's
Yep.
correct.
Missouri Van Council,
Your information is correct.
and obviously here. Here. National Federation Van Council. Like 2009 was the last time we heard from them, so
I make 6 missed meetings.
I think it's time. National Street Van Association. Nobody over from England? They're still going, but not here. National Trucking Board?
We're here at the
New England Van Council.
Here.
Correct.
Well, nobody has any commercials for their councils. New Jersey Van Council.
Yeah, we're here. Correct.
Nordic Van Council, I believe they registered and then had to cancel.
Medical reasons, yeah, flight wasn't paid to fly.
Northeast Ohio Band Congress.
Here, information is correct.
All right, Northern California Band Council.
Present, information is correct. Get up another coffee.
Yeah.
Tell them you're alive and kicking, Joe.
Rather be seen than viewed.
Yeah, amen on that.
Kathy just pointed out something, what we wanted to double check this year as well, I'm not gonna go back through them. As we have each council, like Northern California, we've got Lynn Harvison listed as a contact, we wanna make sure that the phone numbers are actually for those people and not, that they match up, so if there's any differences between those, if you can come up and let Kathy know afterwards. Northwest Band Council.
Yes, for the I
got you.
I just let them know that they can change it out there.
And she's gonna do.
Ian Page and Owens is the last name.
Yeah.
And then on the email address, after the A in the address, put a number 2 there.
There's more than one hit mom?
That's why you should do.
Yeah.
No more.
And the phone number matches up?
Yeah, that's mine.
All right. Ontario Federation of Banners.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're here.
And yes, it looks like the information is correct. Pennsylvania Band Council.
We're here and she did the corrections up, so we're good to go.
Represented by Virtual, who's not here. Anybody else from them here, per chance? A big discussion last year that they were sort of band council.
Corrected parts out, it does not exist.
Okay. All right, California Banners Network.
And remind everybody of the anniversary, October 2nd, 4th.
Southern Ohio Band Council.
Don Fish and Steve Smith, present. Information is.
All right.
How do you guys all know?
The T4 Band Council of the UK. Not here.
Where we at? This one? Yeah.
We're the only other country ones. Texas Band Federation.
Howdy. Email address needs to be updated. It is Crystal, CRYSTAL, bandvision.com.
Information of.
Yes.
Band Association of New Zealand. That was always through Raoul. They haven't been over in a number of years. So this makes 3. So in my opinion, it should be done.
It matters.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We're talking over here.
Yeah, as usual. Banner.
I think the address is wrong. No?
That was the address he gave us.
Yeah, they filled out the form.
Wow.
9158 Crescent Court.
Banner.
They don't live there.
New Zealand's got it.
That was the address he gave us on
the.
oh, that was.
Yeah,
that out, so
he's living in Bayless now, so. I'll have him get a hold of you.
They're alive as well, he just said yes, I had to work or something.
he was working.
put together a bunch of people that brought up the Toys for Tots. A bunch of
Council. You have a present for us? What?
All the information is correct. All the information is correct. And Andy and I would like to thank all of you for coming to our humble little town last year.
That was the last.
See you again next year.
Tell them about the town you live in or Louisiana or like New Orleans.
Yeah. Voices. Here, Larry Claus.
Present. Information correct.
I hear voices.
Your voices are all around. I know. Westlake Erie Band Council. That's recognizing information. Greg Burns. And he's not Medic Burns,
Oh, Burn.
Garns. He's not really, so I don't know if I pick up and represent that one. Band Council.
We are with Kathy, with other people. Got
Oh, so that's your phone number?
the both of one of us will get the right place.
Stay tuned to this channel for more information.
Horse or others?
So we have, yeah, so this year we actually being presented a slip. And we'll get to you throughout the course. Then we'll,
Jeff?
do
Bypass me. British Columbia Dam Association.
getting to the next, yes. So British Columbia Band Association, you guys haven't been here in a number of years.
Correct.
So basically, because you weren't on our roll call list, we're treating this basically as your new council coming.
Okay.
So we'd like to hear about you, and then the group by vote whether or not to accept you as a bona fide council. Okay. You got a word? Okay.
Let's start with the kid.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nancy Henriksen out of British Columbia, Canada, West Coast. Actually, the reason I'm here is because this lovely lady is going back this year. Her husband has retired, and she'll be joining you all. Now, as you know, everybody in the Northwest,
All over.
all, seriously, the whole Northwest side. That's why British Columbia Band Association is here.
So you're representing British Columbia.
Where we, the address that is official, and she's still bad. But we decided to get this info to pass to the Northwest. That they go. Not actually put it the cover pressure off of Chris is why we're here. Yes, but we have not voted in our new official officer. So I do want to appear here as that because we have not officers as yet. Caroline and that's her address on there. We see is why we've left her address on there. All the other info, my phone number, would help your mom take this info back. Inside, add official new officers. I do tell you, we felt that would be the best way to represent. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Was, by definition, I don't think you actually qualify as a council at this point. Maybe if you come back next year, definitely come back next year, but bring some officers and some notes on, what your clubs are. You're not actually qualifying for it because you don't have 3 clubs. So.
How many councils in this room right now still have 3 clubs in their councils?
No, the question
The other ones are
is,
sleeping.
how many councils that don't have the clubs? How many people raise their hand?
So.
Next year it will be. I didn't want to step on some kids' toes and say, I'm not from Northwest before we had our official meeting. I probably will be. I have a sergeant of arms with.
All right, so once you have that all clarified out, then we'll take a vote next year, recognize you as a council.
We probably won't be Northwest.
Another, South Dakota Band Council, who's here speaking on their behalf.
My name is Jack Smith. I'm from Rapid City, South Dakota. And Jeannie and I are here representing the South Dakota Band Council. We have 3 clubs, Association, Black Hills Drifters, and Shot. And we're happy and proud to announce that of those clubs there are 2 second-generation banders in those clubs. My son and Gordy's son from Custer. And we'd like permission to join the council. We've hosted 30 truck-ins in the past, and future truck-ins are still in discussion.
Any members? All right, all in favor of accepting South Dakota Band Council in? Show of hands.
She's watching you.
Any opposed? Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
So that makes a total of 25 councils this year with South Dakota Band Council. Did you give them a ballot? Okay. Yeah.
I have to have time to finalize.
Yeah, in order for us to be able to get an accurate list onto everybody's table on Saturday morning, we put the form up as stated 27 registered and actually wound up all the information, but please try and get that in online by the end of January so we have time to get it all put together as a sheet and brought to the meeting. That would make things work a lot easier. So who are our 2 National Trucking Board members today? And all right. We're gonna go make change.
Process?
Meeting laws, 3 foot. Anyways, first step in time, submitting your bid. You have it, you need to have the bid into us. That way, if there is any problems or glitches, it gives us 1 extra day to get it all rectified or whatever we need to do. So plus that way, we'll do it Friday night.
Now you're just taking 1 more day for.
So Thursday night is going to be the deadline. We're going to look at trying to put that form online as well. Pretty good at forms. They're showing up for everything now. We've added one on the National Trucking Board site for the Banner's Aid. So you'll be able to go on there and we're going to start over with that list as the spreadsheet that's up there is rather outdated. So for bids this year, we actually have 2 Wisconsin Band Council and Texas Band Federation. So who would like to go first in presenting? You've got about 10 minutes to your bid.
Ladies first.
Let's do it. Not a problem.
Can you stand up in front of the screen so they can see on
The screen?
Sure.
On this screen?
That screen. Oh, that screen.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do I turn this way and then turn this way?
You have to stand on 1 foot. Sorry.
Wait for the lineup.
Yeah.
Around a lot, so I hope a screenshot. But so first off, county is something that we say in Texas. I want you to think about all of the fantastic places that you have traveled in your van, all over the country, all over the world, and the fantastic people that you have met. Think about it. When's the last time you've been to Texas? When's the last time you came to Texas for a trucking?
This year, 18th National.
18th National. When's the last time you came to Texas? We have people that never come to visit. So all of us in this room travel from all over the country for one reason. And why is that? Because we support banning. That's why we were here. We have beautiful weather. We're here with great friends. We're here to support banning. So when you think of Texas, I'm sure most of you think of cattle, big hair, boots, and of course the cowboys. So look at this year, I'm impressed. Banning in Texas. This has been over 25 councils been held in Texas. But I want you to know that banning is alive and well. We've got over 7 different clubs in our federation, over 75 members if you collectively think of all the extra states that like to come and play with us. So we are alive and well, and we want to welcome you to Texas. On the tables, you have some information about what we can offer in Texas. So, because I know that's the big thing, price of hotel rooms, what's it gonna cost you to get down there and everything else. As of right now, I have hotel rooms at $99 per night. If you decide to come with us, then I'm gonna go back and negotiate for a lower price. So that's kind of our starting point. So know that it can only go down from there. So that's a good point. Centrally located in Arlington, about 5 to 7 minutes from DFW Airport, which is one of the largest international airports in the United States. It's centrally located, east and west, north and south. The hotel does have an indoor pool, but hey, it's Texas. Do we really need an indoor pool in February? We can go to the beach in October and swim in the water. They have an indoor pool. The nice thing is, since we're centrally located in Arlington, we're about 20 minutes from Dallas, 20 minutes from Fort Worth. It's a quick drive. We have great transportation, public transportation to get you to and from. If you fly, you can take the public transportation or you can take advantage of some of the shuttles that we're going to have. But while you're there, some fun things that you can do. If you're a football fan, how many here are football fans? Okay, how many here are art fanatics? Who likes art? Cowboy Stadium is less than 5 minutes from the hotel. They actually have an art tour and a football tour. It is on that star and look up at the sheer massive size of AT&T Stadium. So that's one of the things that we would definitely accomplish. The ballpark is right across the street. Park. Down the road, we have Six Flags. If you want to venture into Dallas and figure out why JFK was shot, how he was shot, go through that whole conspiracy theory, we'll take you on a tour of that. We also have the Pro Museum. That's in Dallas. It is one of the nation's largest natural science museum that just opened up a couple years ago. And we had to Fort Worth because everyone thinks we wear cowboy boots and hats in Texas, so we've got to send you to Fort Worth. The radio during that time. We also have the stockyards. You have Billy Bob's Texas, which is the world's largest honky tonk. Ride a bull, dance underneath the rhinestone disco ball that they have as a saddle. So there's a lot of fun activities. We even have the Tarantula train, which is an old vintage steam train that will take you to the stockyards. It's only $10 to ride this train. And you can do a wine tasting along the way. That just kind of... Oh, and the cattle drive in the stockyards. Cowboys with the longhorn steer literally go right down Main Street in the stockyards, and they move their... So that's something that you definitely have to... That just kind of touches on some of the stuff that they're... Long since you guys have been there, we've grown and expanded, and we actually have decent freeways now. Just the tip of the iceberg. We have Reunion. $5.50 50/50 for the Nationals right now. Somebody want to go collect it?
Comes up
All
here.
right.
It comes up here.
It comes up to the front.
I'll be catching you later, Rick.
So just so you know, that is just the tip of the iceberg of what there is to do in the Dallas Fort Worth. There's the tip of the iceberg, and if you guys decide to come to Texas, we will plan all of those excursions for you. If you have ideas or things that you want to see, no, we will take care of that. One thing that I want to leave you with is it has been 25 years since you've come to visit us, and I practice this, and I hope I don't mess this up. So, because I know that every person here is different, so we welcome you to Texas. And or XAS. I see lots of hands. Okay. Information on the rooms. It's a standard hotel, so they have over 250 rooms. It's going to be standard king size double rooms in the hotel. Is where it be. There is an atrium, there's ballrooms, there's meeting rooms. The way it's set up is you walk in, there's a nice large atrium, there are 7 floors with balconies, so we do have access to our balconies and all that other good stuff. I have a I
think Kansas City,
That hotel that we had for council there, the Embassy Suites, with a big atrium in the middle. That sounds like it's the layout of
Let me
it.
say something.
free breakfast too.
Crystal deals with hotels on a regular basis. That's what she does. And she's an event planner. And she has, tell them about, you were talking about the casino night.
So some of the activities that we have already planned for you is, because the Texas Van Federation is comprised of, you know, older banners, but we have a lot of second generation banners. I happen to be a second generation banner. Ask my dad, he'll tell you. But so on Thursday night, we have a Throwback Thursday party. Thursday. So we want to honor all previous councils with, you know, bring your posters, bring your flyers. We want to make a huge display for you. What's your favorite character from the 70s, the 80s, the 50s, the, you know, bring out the leather gloves, the afros, whatever you want to do. We want to host a great party for you. On Friday night, we want to do a Western party. You're in Texas, you've got to kind of go with the flow. Bring your cowboy hats, your boots, whatever you think a cowboy looks like. Bring your marching band hat as well.
He's a different kind of cowboy.
So on Saturday night, we'd also do a party. These events at night. If you want to bring your own beer, you bring your own beer. Of course, we're going to be hosting some of that as well until you drink us dry. But on Saturday night, we're going to have some fantastic raffle prizes. We're going to bring in casino tables. Everyone will be given $2,000 in funny money. So, I know.
Say, where's our ballot slip?
So you'll take this to the table, exchange them for chips, just like you do at a real casino, and at the end of the night, we'll give you raffle tickets for prizes. So if you don't want to participate in the 50-50, or if it's just something that you can't do, you still have an opportunity to win prizes. So those tables were there. If you don't gamble, then, and you want to learn, this is a great opportunity to be able to do that. But we have a lot of entertainment planned in the evening time, so that way we can stay together as a group, even though I know that when you're there, you're going to want to go explore all the wonderful places in Dallas, but then at night, come and hang with us. For those of you that have been to Texas lately and in the past couple of years, I mean, Cindy Lou, Beaver, Lisa, Don, all of you guys, we are very welcoming. We like to have a good time and we want you guys to come back to Texas so we can really show you what we do. Yes, ma'am.
Is the hotel pet friendly?
The hotel is pet friendly. I made sure of that.
Oh,
yes. Yes, pet friendly. I have a four-legged kid too, so.
Good question. Cindy Lou?
We would hear it with if space and everything else. I'm putting up a pipe and drape because there's a wedding going on next door. So if we want to get rowdy and everything else, we can do that. And a week before the event, we will actually sit down with the entire hotel staff and have a pre-con with them. So they're in our rooms and assigning our rooms. We're going to start at the top and kind of work our way down. So that way they assign us on certain levels. They're going to be very banner friendly. Trust me, some of the groups that they have had in this hotel, we are going to be a nice surprise. So yes, we will be A-okay. Yes, sir.
If you guys get bid, when can you put the reservation in for rooms?
Monday morning by noon.
No, what, like bar? Or?
Monday morning by noon, yeah.
Okay.
You gotta wait 2 days, sorry.
Because I wanted to go, I want that little extra time because when you guys decide that you are coming to Texas, I want to be able to negotiate with them. And I want to say, hey, we are coming. Let's work on this price. Yes, sir. Oh, I thought.
Go ahead.
Where will this information be posted on the, as far as being able to do what he says?
There is the council's website. We are all over Facebook. If you haven't liked the Texas Fan Federation page, please do that. Just one little click. We have lots of stuff going on. And then we'll create a website as well. So, and then of course, fanin.com. We will be everywhere. Yes, sir.
Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. Same question to the other team. If you don't win, you don't win.
Well, I kind of know who to be going up against in 2017, so I would consider 2018. Is what I would do.
So you will bring back another bid.
Oh, absolutely.
This is what we want to know. We want you to keep-
Absolutely. Absolutely, we never give up. We are, the Texas Band Federation is on such a strong forward movement right now, bringing in new members and new clubs and everything else, that you guys really just need to come party with us. I saw another question in the back. Yes, sir.
Is there Amtrak service?
Is there Amtrak service to Dallas, Houston? No, there is not. But it's only a 3-hour drive. From Dallas, basically to Houston. I mean, there's speed limits in our down there, so you can get there.
And we have one more down there.
Yes, sir.
A rodeo in town, how big is this rodeo? It's coming from South Dakota where there's, not as many people as there are in Dallas. When there's a rodeo in town, it messes with the flights a lot.
Well, that's the nice thing is it's Fort Worth. So because the rodeo is in town, most of the people that are coming from the rodeo, they are not going to be flying because they're pulling in their own horses and cattle and everything else. So you're not going to have a problem with that. We never have a problem with that. Plus DFW, like I said, is one of the largest airports basically in the nation. They handle over 1,000 flights morning and afternoon.
We do that in a year.
I mean, you can, transportation is not going to be a problem. We'll make sure that if you do find a love field, because we do have 2 airports in Dallas, if you let us know what your flight arrangements are, we will add you to that manifest, and we'll make sure that you have transportation from love field to the hotel if you decide that you want to fly Southwest.
Do you have suggestions which is better town, go for which, airport?
Which one's closer and easier?
DFW is going to be closer and easier to you, and honestly, now that the right amendment has been lifted at Southwest or Love Field, DFW prices for Delta, all of those, really competing with Southwest, are bringing those flights down at the moment. So I fly to DFW because we're right there. Yes, sir.
Last time we were there, me and Mark tried to get on top of the biggest skyscraper, and they wouldn't let us go. She's out of work.
The tallest building in DFW is Reunion Tower, and just last year, Dallas CBB put in over $1 million, and it was closed for several years. So now you can go up to the Geo Sky Deck, and they've got, you can go actually outside of this big ball that rotates around. It's amazing. So, yeah. So you can get up there and find a little corner and do whatever you need to do. Howard?
Tell description here, and I know everything's bigger in Texas. Jerry, what's his face, I think you're straight in the stadium. How big are these?
It could be a typo, I apologize.
No, that's the jumbo.
Yeah, that's the Jumbotron, yes. We are, I mean, everything is bigger than Texas, so it's done. Question.
What I might add. You go, if you walk out, I've been there 3 times, my kids, moved there, they're out of the place without a tear in your eye. Yeah. Something's wrong, but, it's very, very emotional, very interesting.
So we're gonna send you to the JFK Museum, make you cry a little bit, then we can take you to the Adolphus Hotel, which is one of the top 10 haunted hotels, and then we'll bring you back to the hotel so that way we can cheer you up. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
No,
Okay.
I'm kind of a sleeper. I used to live in Texas, and you've got a great presentation, but I haven't.
We're not going to Kansas City.
Okay, now, Texas barbecue is good. So actually on Friday night, our Western Theme Night, we are planning on hosting a barbecue dinner. I would like to somehow incorporate some Mexican food in there as well, because I have been up north and come to Texas from.
Small but cute, not big and large in Texas.
Absolutely, we will welcome you with open arms. Trust me, you know, they say Southern hospitality, you know, we talk about Southern hospitality and Southern bells and everything else. We truly do welcome you with open arms. The way that we do our truck-ins, the way that we do our events is it's a family-oriented thing. Yes, we are there because we have cool custom bands. Some of us don't have cool custom bands, but to us, it's about the family. It's about the people in this room. When I drive across, United States, phone call, and any one of you, just because I'm a banner, would help me out. Gives my dad some ease as well. So, any other questions?
And generally speaking, Doc, you're always larger than life. I got one question. I noticed the dates on your bid are 10th to the 14th, so you're gonna run for 5 days?
Sure, why not? Let's do it. Well,
But you have events more on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
we'll be ready for you on Wednesday if you want to come in early. So you come in You will get that exact same group rate, absolutely. And just to remind you that yesterday it was 78 degrees in Texas and sunny. It's supposed to be 78 degrees today.
I think it was 78 here. Yes.
I know the weather here has been absolutely fantastic. Just a reminder, it's going to be nice and warm. So. It does snow in Texas more towards Lubbock and all that other fun stuff. I mean, Dallas years ago and yes. Any other questions? Awesome, thank you. We hope to see you in 2016 in Texas.
Jeff, I wanted to get taken on that. Some questions somebody asked.
Just a quick comment. There's somebody asked about website for them. As always, householdcouncils.com will always get you to the current way to call her. For next year, householdcouncils.com will get you there. So you never have to guess what the website is. It's always householdcouncils.com.
Okay, sit right on the speaker. All right, so I guess that brings us to Wisconsin Band Council, who had us up there in 91, 2005, 2010. What you got for us this time?
All right. Good morning.
Yeah.
I'm Bucko, Chairman of Wisconsin Band Council. This is Willette. We're representing Wisconsin Band Council. Our council currently represents 9 clubs in our region. We've been together for over 30 years. It's actually 39 years this year. Next year will be our 40th year. We have 75 members. Council of Councils 3 times. 1991, we had the Big Cheese in Milwaukee. 2005, we were frozen alive in Green Bay. 2010, we were frozen again, Wisconsin Dells. And for 2016, we'd like you to refreeze with us. February 11th through the 14th. Our group rate will be honored for that. Stay late. We have Greedo directly across from the airport. You will not hear the planes going overhead because you'll be drunk. It's Wisconsin. We drink a lot of beer. We will be offering free beer through the whole time. Our group rate, it's best, Best Western Plus Conference Center with the Aviator Sports Bar and Grill. $92 a night, includes 2 adults, children, breakfast, a coupon for the bar, $10 for each additional adult. Shuttle service for the hotel from the airport, which is like a 20-minute round trip. 5-mile radius free shuttle service, so you can get your supplies and go and eat and all that stuff. There's a green folder on your table for those of you that don't know.
Needs more coffee.
Bar, we don't have food and drinks throughout the weekend. Our hotel has approximately 140 rooms with a Super 8 just down the hall, or just down the road for overflow. It is a non-smoking and non-pet friendly hotel, but the Super 8 is pet friendly. They will offer the same rate. They're basically a block away from us, so free shuttle back and forth from there if you need it. Heated indoor pool, hot tub, room, the van will be, if you, and now Eddie's got some stuff he'll share with you.
Next Western was Milwaukee Airport Hotel and Conference Center is a full-service, wonderful place to go during your next business or leisure trip. This newly renovated hotel is across from Milwaukee Airport and close to many corporations, Marquette University, and downtown attraction grounds, Harley Davidson, with a complimentary full-on breakfast buffet. Enjoy a delicious lunch or dinner at our on-site restaurant. Then cheer on your team at the Aviator Sports Bar and Grill. We also have an indoor pool and whirlpool, a 24-hour fitness center, business center, and banquet and meeting facilities, as well as a 24-hour free airport shuttle, free parking, and free Wi-Fi. Also, ask for our popular stay and fly package. Our new active beds, a microwave, refrigerator, amenities for a conference, wedding, banquet, relaxing weekend getaway, family vacation, or an overnight business trip. We're the perfect place to stay.
High tech. I don't know that, but. We normally don't, in our previous years, we don't normally plan stuff because once you keep in your hotel and get you drunk, but we just have stuff. Wednesday night, we're gonna run Lucille's Bar. Thursday night, we're gonna do a wine tasting catered inside the hotel for everybody. Friday, we're gonna do a tour of the Harley Davidson Museum. That's gonna be a bus trip to the museum. It's gonna be a guided tour throughout the whole thing. If you've ever been to Harley Museum, it's an excellent time. 3/4 of nothing but Harleys. Cost is, for the museum is $20. We're gonna try to get a bus ride, so we're gonna be costing the bus ride too. We're gonna work on cost on that, when if we get the bid. Just a little bit. Was that? Cheese, we probably have some cheese too.
Questions after?
That's all I got. That's all I got.
I saw more paperwork here.
There's all kinds of paperwork. Well, we were down to 10 minutes. I didn't know we had enough half hour.
Even up there 4.
How many hotel rooms do you have?
140.
And what's their sense of humor for walking around the hotel with beverages of various types?
There will not be an issue walking around with alcohol in our hotel.
We've done it a few times already in there.
We haven't had an issue anywhere in Wisconsin. There's never been an issue. They ask if you kind of keep it as concealed as you can. You can't go in, you can. You're gonna be fine.
You won't be able to bring your beer into their bar, but other than that, we'll be good.
Yeah.
Is there Amtrak service?
There is Amtrak.
Milwaukee, yes. Quick thing.
Where's the train station from the hotel?
I'm not familiar with that.
You like to be a railroad?
It's in the same city.
It's in the same city. And it's not that far.
It's not a block like last time.
Beverage. Cash bar in there. I believe you will be able to bring your own in also. You'll be able to bring your apple pie in.
Anybody else with questions? So standard question, if in the chance you don't.
We are prepared. We are prepared to continue. Giving us the same rate and all that, and carry it on.
When you put a bid in for the next year, which we, who's bidding also?
We ain't scared.
right. We've always liked the fact that we have to vote. Win or lose, we've always thought it was a good idea to have more than one place to go. And that, our feelings ain't hurt if I have to go to Texas and visit Cowboy Stadium. I am a Cowboy fan. We want Jackson. We love showing you. You guys have had. We want you to come. A great hotel. No issues there. I don't know. We'd love to have you there. We'd like to show you one more question. Will there be snow? No guarantees.
Hey, what's the temperature here to walk?
Today, I think it's about 12.
It's warmer than home.
Warmer than Bill says it's about 7. It doesn't count the wind chill, it's just 7. It was 40. In Florida, we froze. You know,
And
can't
us-
count on the weather, you never know. They had snow for the Super Bowl a couple of years ago in Texas, so.
And
I'm not bad, I'm just saying, you never can't count on the weather.
And considering I have to travel north to go to Wisconsin, it's colder at home right now than what you guys got. We're down around minus 20. So any other questions? All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
So in the past, we did the bid presentation before lunch, and then you had over the lunchtime and come back in the second half to actually cast your ballot. So we can decide where everybody wants to go next year. I feel more or less. All right, so for the ballots, if you would kind of place you want to go to, and have somebody bring or hand them back into Cindy Lou in the center. And once we get that tallied up, we'll share that with you.
Yeah, can we say something about the
You're right.
Too late. It's on the paper.
To circling text.
Jeff. Trying to get pictures on all week. Speeding up the event, you know. I'd like to see that happen again. This level of pins and stickers and crap like that.
That's all our promotional gear to Go Wisconsin. You know, years gone by.
We asked Jill to get up there, she took it down. She wanted to build a snowman.
You have a song, Jill?
It's not too late.
Jill has a song.
Jill has a song.
All right, if you get the bid, Jill has to do the song. You got one? Okay. All righty, so while John is feverishly doing that, national, do you have like to, or, yeah, come on up.
Come on down.
Come on down.
There's going to be, Astro has put a form on Fanning.com for deceased banners. And if you guys would just fill it out, and it will come to me so memorial. Who have done. And I really didn't get any information about a name here, a name there, and we need a little bit more than that. Tell us where they're from, what town they're from, what council they were in, what club they were in, how long they've been banning. Give us a little bit besides a name or a handle. Because we, you know, some of these people have been dead for 30 years and they got a handle. Who is it? Where are they from? So we also put a new form on for the help list. the help list that we have. Where you're willing to help people who come through and have broken down or having problems, you can fill out that form. You will have to check that you understand that, you know, your address will be out there and some stranger who is a vanner may come and call on you. So before you can finish filling out the form, you'll have to check that out. So acceptable to that. And I've used it's really great when you write down. So it's on the form is on banning.com.
It will be. I haven't posted it there yet. It'll be on the National Trucking Board page. It will be on all the various banning Facebook pages that I have control over, and it'll be on banning.com. But there'll be a new Banner's Aid form, because like she said, the old one is very obsolete. It's just very simple form. You check off if you offer mechanic services, if you offer a place people can camp out, pick them up, or shop or whatever. Same thing with the Banner Memorial. Yes, I've got the forum for the Banner Memorial, but that doesn't work out into a form that conveys well to Judith to put on the new digital displays that we have. There is a section where you can type up as much information as you want. You can tell stories about the person that passed away. You can put whatever you want. The more you put in, the better, because people, obviously this person was so provide us.
Nobody's claiming that phone.
The band knows it's $5.
Okay.
Take it off their bill.
That's all I have for right now, unless anybody has a question. Yes.
The She's Banner thing, do you have when we go there, do you have those people who are already there? You don't want to overwhelm me like 500 people.
If you just give it to me and I'll figure it out. I have the full list.
But you don't have, like, I go there and you have the list.
No, it's not there right now. I could probably do that in a couple of months, but I've got it. So, and there is a rolling Banner Memorial, the rolling screen in the vendor room. You can go in there and look on that. It's pretty slow. I can speed it up. So, and you can take the clicker and click through till you get to who you want. You know, so, you know, but like I say, some of these people, we don't know who they are because all we have is a handle, which one of who they are. So, the original memorial big box is in all Ohio. It's being used by a church for a memorial. Yes, and yes, it is being used as a memorial for the little Methodist church there. They were looking for something and they were talking to us about it, and we had nobody to carry it back. We made a decision. It is in a good home, and I have gone by and seen it. It is there, and it does say that it is from the Vanners. So it did go to a good home, and if I could have gotten it home to Joe, he would have gotten it, but there's no way to get it home. So it's my major. Anything else? Okay.
For last year. Is that Eddie or Eddie or Eddie or Eddie?
Oh.
Eddie. And Doc.
Come on up to the front.
Come on up.
All right. First of all, I want to thank everybody who helped us. I got it there. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Hope you had a good time. I'm pretty sure we showed you a good time. Nice edges in the beginning and whatnot. At this time, it is my honor to present a check to Hardcore Vanners in the sum of $1,600. Just paid for. It takes a lot of money to put this together. I never dreamed it would cost that much. And just thanks for all your support. And in the future, I guess we will be doing it again, but I'm not saying when. Okay, at this time, I'll talk it over to my co-chair.
All right. Tony, he was just, and he was actually to put this thing together. Judith and Cooper and Donnie and all these people that came, Joe Madonia, came to the fore to help us out to make this thing happen. As many of you know, we got it kind of slammed on us. And we're really happy that everything worked out in the end. And thank you again for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Woodsburg. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me now? All right, we go to this year's host, Nationals host. So you should just stay up front. I know. I didn't want to block all the views though. Yeah, you do. That's too close. Yeah, to the mic. A little back here. Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. Bentley, Hardcore Vanner. I want to take time to let you know how the first of all, the entry count is way down. We're approximately at 86, including this weekend. So I want to ask you guys to go back to your clubs and stress to pre-enter. You don't realize, just like this, how much money it takes to, get it off. Sure would help us out a lot. So we got a lot of stuff lined up as far as Nats. Good show and shine is planned. One of the big attractions we're going to have this year is a tethered hot air balloon ride. If you haven't gotten your 50/50 tickets this weekend, stop by the Hardcore booth and we'll get you signed up with the tickets. First chance or first prize is the cash prize, and second and third prize. We don't got a lot of good games planned. Pre-camp will open at noon on Sunday. I've already heard some people. Girl going back there says he feels he needs to get there Wednesday before. You might look funny sitting out there for a while, but I'll be there Saturday afternoon, and we'll start the lineup then. And then Sunday at noon, we'll open the gates and to come in. They've had lobby and water. There's some more this spring, so there's absolutely no problem with water and electric there. There should be ample of each. Some of you have already put interest in and renting golf carts, to let you know we are offering golf cart rentals at $200 a pop. It gets you a 4-passenger cart for the whole week. So you can see me or go to the website and sign up for it and either pay for it or we'll invoice you for it. So if you're making that decision, you probably want to get in and get that done. So I'd like to add.
More bands are set. Going to have some great entertainment, a variety. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
We're going to have a variety of bands. Darren has really been working hard on that, and it's going to be a good time. We're going to have our Banners Night in. You're going to have barbecue.
We're doing a whole pork and a smoked turkey, 4 sides, whatever you want. We'll have tea, lemonade, water. And then during the Vendors Night In, once you get there, we're going to have a little gathering there. We'll have a free keg of beer for all those attending the Vendors Night In. So you'll definitely want to stop by and get a free keg. And then Easy Living Vans out of Indy. They're trying to get their club back together, and they want to throw a meet and greet one day and offer a free keg to all the vendors. So pretty much every day, and then you got free beer.
If you haven't been by the hardcore booth, you've seen the goodie bags. The bag itself is bar none. I mean, it's a leather bag with the printing on it. It's something, you know, you're going to want to keep. I personally think Darren's done a great job. I think we're ahead of schedule on a lot of things. Like I said,
yeah, we have 71 members total, so it's a good group. So it's going to make it real easy on everybody. Like I said, I'd like to just stress again, 86 pre-entries by February. It's a little low. I've seen it up to 150 by this time. So if you're thinking of pre-regging, do it now. I can take credit cards, check. Good old Benjamin. Any way you want to go to the website and go through there and do pay.
2003 hardcore banners put on the Nationals in Kansas City. And for those that didn't come, I think some of them might have regretted it. Don't do that to us again. I'm asking you to please come and support the group that we got. We're going to put on a good time.
Just to mention too, when you do pre-enter, you know, we got a nice little giveaway when you pre-enter at the koozie. So ready for the sign up, Dave.
New England's gonna add 12 pre-registers to that number, bring it to 98. Let's see if we can push you over 100.
I'd love to see 100 this weekend.
A lot of people are going to say they're coming, but you're going to save money by pre-entering. And another thing, and it's probably a mistake on our part, is the camper fee. I mean, the last 10 on this $1 for the camper. You come early. That's $10 for those nights. You know, that's way. You couldn't go to a campground for that.
You can barely stay at Walmart for that.
Right.
So I think we've made everything as cheap as possible for everybody. Make your money.
So the fees we're talking, is that money go to?
Yeah. Question about the crowns, what's going to go on? I mean, anything at all, Bucko?
I don't really have, as a past host of the Nationals, understanding the financial burden building up to the event. One of the big things that really helped us out was that trophy sponsorship.
Yes.
That's something easy to do. Your council, your club, we were fortunate we had Pam running around. She kind of pushed everybody. Whatever you want to sponsored the Best of Bright and Shine in memory of our fall. We gave charity last night for my band class. I know a lot of others do it, but really that's one way to help out the national group. That burden is, money will come in at the end, but
yeah,
to that point hurts and it stresses you out.
Yeah,
you can sponsor 3 trophies for $100. Your council, your club, your name will be on there. Wisconsin Campaign Council jump on.
You have 3 left?
No.
Oh, you said
3.
Yeah,
You get 3. You get a first, second, and third place.
Oh, I
trophy.
see. Thank you for that.
So you're sponsoring that whole class for $100,
right?
The best does are a little more.
Right. When we engrave the plates for the trophies, it'll have whatever you decide that you want on there, like Bucko. It doesn't say from Bucko or Wisconsin. And Sure. You guys sponsoring that trophy, so we could really use those two. Lynn stepped up yesterday as well and bought 2 classes of trophies, so.
Have you considered offering us another plateau that's a little bit smaller, like $50 to get you 1 trophy versus $100?
Well, we have our best ofs, which the best of trophies are real nice trophies, and we're doing those at 100 a pop. So, I mean, we're not making that much off.
What I was saying, only it's like $100 to make it the whole class. But if you had a club that maybe can only spot 50.
I don't see a problem with it.
I think we could work with whoever on that, you know, if they only want to do 1. I'd like to see 5-3.
And that's, it's like selling 50-50 tickets, right? It's $1 for 1 ticket.
There's a lot of classes that only have 1 band.
That's the other side.
Or I think there's a lot of people that can maybe not be able to work.
Okay.
So you may want to look at that.
Okay, good point. Thanks.
Well, we'll talk about, we've got a meeting in 2 weeks at the groundhog party, and we amend that, we could have Tammy put it up on our web page.
Does anybody else have anything they want to?
I was sponsorship. We are getting some awesome plaques for all the games. And I know that those aren't cheap either, so maybe a different level of sponsorship trophies that we're doing as well.
Anybody else for hardcore?
I will say though, once again, we've got a unique group of people from all over the country to join. And so they go, and most likely they've been to one of your events somewhere down around your council or your part of the country, or you know. So we appreciate your support.
Appreciate it. Help us push 100 fans. Thank you, everybody.
I think we covered past, present. Everything good? So moving on to our scheduled topics that were submitted through the forum this year. First up is Wisconsin Band Council, new banners, hazing, forcing puppies to drink, etc. Care to elaborate?
In the past, this has been something brought up. Tim and I, things with the puppies that kind of harmless, and really it's not where it's going as much as forcing. I show, you know, when I show my band, I offer you drinks. I don't force it on you. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. When a new member comes around, a puppy trucker comes into our camp, we offer them. We're usually I've seen it happen. I've been part of it in a circle where I'm not necessarily part of it forcing it on them, but I've seen people say, you have to drink this. They're there with their friends bring them in, and somebody offers them a bottle. Hey, take some of that. Oh, you're the manager? Here, try this. No thanks. I've had enough. Oh, you got to try it. You know, you're just disrespecting the banners. To me, it's more disrespect by you pushing it on. Issues. Here's stuff that I've witnessed in a club over the shop arm. Everybody in that club buys a roll of tickets for the shots and orders all the shots. Tells that person you're going to stand there and drink until you fall down. And that person falls down, laying on the ground. They're trying to just tip his head over so he don't drown his own vomit. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, and it's something that needs to be stopped.
We gotta have with just the hazing and anything, teasing people, say, no, I don't want that. Oh, come on. We can't do it. It's gonna become an issue. It's gonna become a liability issue with your insurance. I guess I kind of looking to see if there's any ideas from you guys on how to handle certain clubs that might do something like that, and talk to them. You can talk to them. If anybody bring back to my club back home and just say, these are ideas that are out there of how to handle certain clubs or whatever.
Hand up the back, Ken.
Echo on that. I mean, we're gonna have to sell.
Microphone.
And you can hear me, right?
No.
It's regulated ourselves. Handle it, take care of it. It's respect for each other banner. The other thing that I suggested last year was, instead of this rock tradition, rock can go in a lot. Other than that, we're getting dangerous. The suggestion is buy them a t-shirt, give them a Sharpie, and send them out and see how many people they can meet.
There you go. There you go.
And the last point is, you don't have to drink to be a banner.
Yep.
I wanted to say that last year about the rock thing, and we did take your suggestion, bought our new members a t-shirt, and they have met so many banners, and they felt like such a big part of it. And actually now their t-shirt is one of the best prized possessions that they get. It really was a 2020.
I think the truck in last. Somebody put on and they were walking around from campsite to campsite, making drink. And I didn't approve of it, because I mean, it wasn't my club, but I said, man, really, that ain't right. You know? I mean, you're degrading somebody. I mean, this is not like college. College, the hazing is way. Treat people like man. Nobody in the room one at a time. And these people would do something like that, but I didn't see it with the dog collar, and I mean, I think that's great.
I'd like to draw to one part of what you said. It's not your club that was doing it. We're one big family. It is our family.
Yeah,
if we want new members in our family, whether it's your club or not, the rest of the club, that's not right.
Well,
hopefully they
no. He said that's part of initiation to our club. Some of you, it was at the Nationals last year. Did you see the guys walking around with the dog collar and leash? You see it, you saw it. And I said something to the guy that was walking around, and he said, that's our club. That's what we do, is initiate.
They go to the house club. Let them know.
or get a few more clubs around and say, this is a general opinion.
I don't think they need to, but they do say they want a right of passage. I do want that.
I'm sure.
Look, if you're not gonna be mean to the people, let the clubs do what they want. I don't believe in going and forcing you to drink and getting barf all over your t-shirt and you got the magic marker on and all that kind of stuff. But I see nothing wrong with if they want to lead somebody around and they lead like, you will end the game. I mean, we play lots of initiation games, you know, and by and large, they're all.
This guy goes off the wall.
Dangerous, that's all. Well, you know, you just do it right.
I belong to a club, I belong to a couple of clubs, but Easy Vanners, we have the Sleazy Bar. We get people to do some pretty nutty things. They do it willingly. If you want to do something that's you to do it. If it's harmless, we're not forcing you to do it. Walking somebody on a leash, if that's what they're choosing to do to join a club, it's harmless. It may be embarrassing you to watch them do it, but they're having fun. The issue is forcing harm, forcing people to drink. If they say no, they're done. If you're trying to get them to do it, don't. Willingly, you know, keep an eye on dangerously driving them or not enabling, because you get to a point where they lose the reason to say, I'm too drunk, I'm going to stop. But as far as things that are embarrassing, what's embarrassing to one person is not embarrassing to another. I've got a giant dog costume I make people walk around in. It's harmless. The issue, keep them safe. Whether it's embarrassing, that's a matter of opinion.
So the issue that we're facing itself is this forcing people to drink. And you got somebody laying there vomiting on themselves. What happens if that person dies?
Well, that's what I just said. Don't let it get that far.
Not just my club, it's going to be the whole
It doesn't have to be
association, you know, the whole family. And that's the issue, is just forcing people to drink, especially when
That's
it's
What does it look like? What does it look like to other new banners to look at this? And I want to become involved with this.
Right.
I've been guilty of
Make turn people right.
That's the thing.
We need people.
I was just saying yes, but
We're trying to draw new members in, not chase them away by doing that kind of stuff. It's, like you said, we're one big family.
Fun is
Family
fun.
takes care of their members.
drink responsibly and don't let up.
They're not used to being around all the alcohol, the way it goes down a lot of trucking. So sometimes you have to keep an eye on them and help them out.
Council, especially the club Sunday, you have some control over if you have it in your power. I don't
Howard, you had your hand up before?
No, well, I was gonna say, we all started by going around and visiting campsites and meeting. That's what this whole thing has been about. For those of us that have been doing it for 30 or 40 years, and like Tim said, it is great. Different clubs have different ways of doing things, but then when you go to an event and one club or two clubs goes to the shot bar and buys all the booze and stands there and drinks it all, and it puts the host club in a position of, do we really even want to have a shot bar next year if nobody can come up and play because there's this huge crowd that bought all. And like Taz said, there's a liability problem. This guy falls down, he breaks his arm, whatever. The whole banning thing is built on respect for your neighbor, respect for your band, respect for your campsite. And if we, you know, many of us were not initiated, we just showed up. Initiation doesn't have to be a part of this. Get them out, show them your band. The other question, just a rhetorical question, because there is no answer. All these puppy truckers that have 10 years that walked around with dog leashes on and all that stuff, after they got so drunk and fell down on Friday night and couldn't handle it, did we ever see them again? No. Did they go out and get a van? Or did they tell their friends, hey, I want to go again, that was fun? Maybe they went home with their proverbial tail between their legs and said, wow, that was too much for me, I'm not going back.
So, misunderstanding what I'm looking for. ideas on how the host club can approach a group or what to do with the group. If you let them know you don't like it and then they come back and do it again, how do you approach them? What types of things can you do or should you do? If anybody's got any other ideas, other than, I mean, not necessarily walking up and saying, follow our rules, we don't want you at our event. And it's kind of harsh because you want the people at your event, you just want to get them to change what to do a little bit. So that's kind of what, more or less what I'm looking, is some ideas along that line. I don't need to know ideas of how to treat a puppy trucker as much as how to handle a situation when it's gone bad.
Isn't that what the band council is all about? Is to test, all of us go back across and relate this to all. And basically,
exactly, that is one of the things I think is bringing it up here so that you guys can spread the word back home to your clubs and everything, and be a little bit more cautious of it or aware of it at your events. But at the same time, looking for a few different ideas on how to handle that club or that individual that's not going by your rules. You don't want to necessarily say, hey, we just don't want you here. But it's coming down to that if it's going to keep happening. But is there some ideas of how to treat a club or handle a club?
I think going on that note, I think, and we are mostly senior microphones. He's my brother. I don't care if it's a right in your band or your club. He's my brother, and I am here to step in on his behalf. If we approach it as a big brother, big sister thing, how can they not part of his family right now? One process, big brother, big sister. When we see these, I think we can probably mitigate it a little bit on just being part of that.
So using a big brother, big sister concept. Kathy, you had your hand up?
What I was thinking was, if you beat them at their own game, you're saying this is a peer pressure type of thing. If you get everybody that's a cross section of your general banners and come in power with everybody, I would be willing to go with anybody that be with you. You get a cross section of these banners, and you put the peer pressure back on them the same way they're peer pressuring that person, they're gonna have to stop. They're gonna feel like a total ass. You know, if the, wow, I didn't know you care. I didn't know that that's where they go. I didn't know it. Put that peer pressure back the opposite way. I'm sure they get a lot of help.
Good. Okay. You're hiding behind his hat, that's the problem.
Well, bigger than life. Is it really a big deal that a whole club buys tickets for the truck car and they're sold to that whole club without other people being able to participate with that?
I believe the extension on that was that the puppy had to stand there and drink all those shots.
I want you to come up and don't use them. Yeah. I'll take the money. It's great. Well, just like a bartender has the right to tell somebody you have to rebuy something. You're running and you stop.
I don't know if anybody remembers Slammer John's bar. You could go from the trees or you had and made sure that you didn't abuse and stayed and played safe. So, Smiley, you had your hand up?
We had a situation in Wisconsin, which you guys helped us out with when Wookiee went wild in Wisconsin. When you have a situation where there's someone who's out of control on their own or out of control on someone else's behalf, you guys came to me, hey, you could become a ability to host. We all got with Wookiee, spoke to him as brothers, and handled it that way.
if there's a club that functions in a manner that we feel is going to be a detriment to the host, to the road club, or to the dignity of someone with their group, we obviously someone's going to know who's the head of that particular club, who's running the club, who are they with, and we need to go to them, whether it's or the host. Listen, we want to have fun to your club. This can be a liability to that person's health or to the host. If at that point you don't get someone who's going to more or less come in line with the way things are going, then I think you have to consider whether or not you ask them as a club to leave. Because like people have mentioned, you end up with a liability and someone goes into the hospital or worse. Listen, it's going to be a matter of somebody like myself having the balls to say, I need to go tell this guy, and we need to get some other people to talk to this. I think, and you guys, Bucko, you presented the from the way you guys, we have the answer to the question. No one spoke disrespectfully to him, and what did he do? You didn't hear a peep out of him the rest of the time. He went and got some sleep. He functioned normally for the rest of the event. Of you guys, it can be the same with anyone else. If they've been doing it for any length of time, who wants to be the guy going, oh yeah, we don't want to be there because, you know, remember what happened last time. Everyone's going to want to function right, but it's because we don't say anything that some of these instances get thought of as it's all right. It's okay because no one said anything when we, you know, you remember that in his own view.
Every trucking you pull in, you know, you got the release, and you could make a unified statement that says, as members of the Council of Councils, we subscribe to the Section 8 that says we respect each other and only X amount of activities will be okay.
There is nothing that.
Just we don't hurt anybody with their property.
It could, I think it could be a suggestion that you can put out to all your member clubs that they add that to their truck-in form. But as mentioned, council councils, the only power that we have here is deciding where we're going to go play next year. It's a communications forum. It's not a regulatory body, unfortunately. But all the local clubs, where it's a grassroots thing. We're listening so close, will you?
We need to table that, sir. Figure it out. One last thing. They are a club of banners, but they are from a gang in the city. So a lot of stuff they do is just like the gang does. Very likely on where you're going.
You're the host club, you take care of your dirty laundry, that's all. And you gotta be willing to be a giver if it comes to it.
Oh, that's good.
You gotta be willing to say to that club, look, we've asked you so much, put the person in, get this guy in control. It happened at the New England Council of Councils to the point where I had to tell people, you get to next step is to have them locked out of the hotel in the snowstorm. And you gotta be willing to go through with it. Even it's tough because you're doing it to your family and friends, but you gotta be willing to take that step to make sure you're protecting everybody. Responsible for everybody as a whole club. You gotta be willing to go, and I came that close, but you gotta do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in summary, I think the original question was looking for manners ways to actually get the point across to the person. Everybody realizes that it needs to happen. But maybe for next year, if you guys have come across that through the year and you found a good way to deal with these people in this situation, and bring that back to us.
I had more fun with all you pious people being drunk. Be the way I am without you people.
You blaming that on us? Yeah.
We can move on. We can move on.
All right. Next subject, sent in by Missouri Band Council. If your club does do something good, get the local media involved. They have a little bit more information. I can speak on directly.
Things that Band Council did, or my asked national, and I asked for permission because I didn't want to step on toes. But I saw all of those school supplies coming in the front, and they weren't really organized. They didn't have time to do it, and they were just in piles and bags. And I said, man, this is a great photo op. Let's put them all out there. Let everybody see what you do. Because once a picture's worth 1,000 words, once you take a picture of those, and that's a positive thing in the media, it's something that what they did. And you see them doing it in that favorable light. And I think a lot of opportunities are passed by. Otherwise, these probably would have stayed in boxes. You wouldn't even know what we got. And I think it was also good for the banders to see everything that was sitting out there and the multitude of things and all of the things that we really do as a family together. But make sure, no matter what you do, that you get it in pictures, spread it around to other clubs, let them look at it, let them use it as leverage to say, hey, look, we and for you as well. So just use those opportunities for positive.
Crystal?
I have a suggestion. We do the same thing in Texas. This year, we've adopted the first responder for all collecting bears, and you know, it's going to be cool to have a band full of bears go up and do a great photo. So we do a lot of that, and social media is a huge aspect to it. So I would suggest that hashtagging is very cool when doing your pictures and everything else. So hashtag that picture, banders care, and then that way you're going to see all these who are really good. Hashtag banders care, blankets, you know, anything you name it. So moving forward, that might be something that is good.
You know, one thing, years ago, bikers used to have such a bad reputation. But nowadays, you see bikers for babies, bikers against truck drivers, you know. And more, you know, everybody here, you make money, you donate to something, take pictures, like they say, and you know, get it out on the internet or whatever. You know, we are trying to help other organizations or people in need. Because we're all good people, all of us. We're just not as big as the bikers are.
So. My brother, my blind brother, a bunch of these events, from a lot of bands. He's driven or tried to drive somebody's vehicle, I heard a few times. Anyways, he works for Guild for the Blind, which is a non-profit organization. And High Rollin' this year is doing a benefit show to raise money for them. We're doing a custom band show. We're getting the local great. So it's a big impact, you know, on helping out an organization, making the banners look good, you know. So it's little tiny things you can do to help.
Every bit counts. Anybody else want to add to that? The next subject that Missouri Band Council also sent in was regarding the second band. They ran into that's been passed on to the next board, and that screen is safely ensconced in a dumpster somewhere now. And Looking to replace it? No. Now you're not listening close enough. Ensconced in a dumpster. Oh, geez, oh, wait a minute. Anyways, that was a quick one. Corn Belt Day Council wanted to mention they'd like to see a seminar on how to host an act. Check the Bible. Or did we get that wrong in what was put in? Okay. Last topic then as well, Corn Belt, since they're not here. On that idea of how to host the councils, we've got a fair bit of the information up on the website already. And keep in mind, council's board is only in charge of this meeting, these few hours. The rest of the weekend, whatever the host wants to do, can do, doesn't do, it's up to the host's discretion. The only thing that the council bid wants to make sure is you get a nice split, and this becomes domination. So beyond that, I mean, telling you what we need for the meeting, that's all documented. What is required to qualify to put in a bid, all up on the webpage. So I think all the information is already there. If somebody needs me to read it to them, give me a call.
Just talk to people in the past.
You can
If you
bring
need more
to somebody
information.
that's done it before.
Exactly, previous council.
And I mean, by virtue of the fact that you have to have attended 3 councils, a member council before you can put in a bid, surely you've seen what happened in those kind of self-taught at that point. So, moving on, unscheduled topics. Anything from the reps at this point? Well, I had raced you up. Sorry, Henry. I'll beat you.
As we get older and so many of us retire and want to travel around the United States, Canada, do you need me on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Not too close.
As we get older and we're retired, we want to travel. We want to hit van run. Not doing this summer until we either run out of money or run out of places to stay. So we have a travel trip we're pulling. But the question is, as the flyers come out, I happen to see this one in this Heart of America book. And for somebody traveling from around the United States, I have no idea who HAB is. I have Hive.
Okay, I can explain some of it.
But I think she's going somewhere with that point.
The point I was going with is when you put your flyer, sure it has, I know you're people, but do it for everybody because you never know, because we've gotten people back in the Northwest from all over at our events back there. And it's really great. And
I do have flyers. They sent me with some flyers. And it's really not a van, it's just a bunch of vans that get together for a weekend. And
I was just trying to make it a point when you make that your flyers. So we know when and where from looking at flyer. Is there a event the weekend before the Nats or anywhere near the Nats that west or from wherever, from the southeast or wherever, could be before the weekend after?
The weekend before, which would be the 4th of July. So it's really-
Right, it's the 4th of July weekend. Okay? And we've been to events before where, well, oh, you're long distance. Oh, well, that's not fair because you're traveling all over. You shouldn't be included in long distance. So maybe that to have like a traveler's trope, a long distance. We have a long distance wings because we do have people fly in. Chewy seemed to get our long distance at Truck for Times, but anyway, that's I had so.
Yeah, for the Flyers, this is one case where less is not more.
I will say, if any, when they want to travel through, you come to Canton, a lot of you people will stay at my house. If you're coming through Springfield, Illinois that way, I know Darren would be more than welcome. And I see Kathy over there, Deborah, and John, they live in Illinois. And Gary and Dean, I've stayed at their place.
They stayed at my place too last year.
So, you know, reach out. Some of the banners that are hardcore banners that you're traveling through, and one place to stay the week before. I've given my, even there, I've given my keys to people I face on.
I'm gonna make a plug on events, Jeff. Jeff, I'm gonna make it steal on events, free steal.
Henry, you had your hand up?
Okay, we talked about this.
Microphone.
We talked a little bit just about that board meeting. It came up at that council meeting about first aid, different things, the New Jersey Band Council. Make sure it's posted where your first aid is located. Make sure you can get somebody there to make sure we like to have a heart attack. Don't wait for the nurse to walk over to tell you you're having a heart attack. Use a cell phone, dial 911. Our council wants to know what to do, and that's what we're going to do. So if you're a local club, make sure it's stated where the first aid is at for your everyday sunburn, heat stroke, cuts. If you're having a heart attack, broken arm, broken leg, dial 911.
No other topics from the reps? Oh,
I just forgot to mention that when Mansfield dissolves, which I believe it is, our bank account is just under 1,000. So I can't quote exactly what it is, and we are gonna give that to Agape Ministries. So just want y'all to know.
oh yeah, that reminds me, Villa owes us a couple of dollars.
That price.
All right, we'll add that to the bylaws next year. Any electronic shit making noise. We'll get it from the band. That's $10 right now.
Who is that? Is that?
No, MASBA, M-A-S-B-A. Directly, at this point we open up to the gallery. I had a couple that have submitted that they'd like to say a few words. Banner Museum update. No. Open discussion, topics, comments from the gallery.
Process involved.
Process this. We need some processed cheese. Is that on? Yep, come on up.
Well, last year, I kind of hit on some of the topics of what we were trying to do at the museum, and I know I can't thank all for all the support, the donations that are coming in, and all the old collectibles and stuff. And I'll never say that enough, and I got to get that aside before I get started. Last year, I started to tell you about where we were going with the museum, what the museum was happening, and as of February of last year, we were in the middle of applying for a nonprofit status. Since February last year, we have received that nonprofit with the federal government.
So that means that any donations that do come in through, whether it be monetary, through collectibles, any of our support programs we started, is completely tax deductible, and I can write you a receipt for it. So that became important because the museum has a major sponsor, and stipulation to donating enough money was that we were a nonprofit. They wanted to be able to donate to the museum and get the tax write-off. And by doing so, the money has become available for us to put up this 3,000 square foot building on the property that I acquired a couple of years ago. And the building process has started. As of about the 7th of January, they started coming in and cutting trees, laying structure has gone up. And, I have posted some phenomenal website. As of Tuesday, when he actually put the Facebook page up, we've been getting donations off the site, and I haven't even seen the page yet. As far as the museum goes, I'd like to give you just a little update of what we're doing with it. As I said, the museum is 3,000 square feet. It's going to have a second floor loft in it. There's a bath. This thing is legitimate to everybody that we can. There's going to be a guest room where people from out of town can stay. We've got a 1/4 of an acre of land behind it with hookups where you can stay in your van if you choose to come and just camp. We want to make the place as friendly and I had the word. Hospitable. Well, hospitable. Okay. But interactive is actually the word I was. A lot of the things that we're going to be doing in the museum is stuff that I want you guys to be a part of. It means nothing to me to go out there and look at my collection over and over, every night, which I do, but I want you guys to enjoy it. And it's there because of everything, all the years that I've been traveling. I've been very fortunate to collect all that really cool memorabilia, and so it's there for you guys to come and see. As long as I'm home, make sure I'll always hope. We have started a couple of fundraising promotions. And the reason we're doing this is because it costs money to keep the lights on. It costs money to build those display cases and paint 2x4s and all the things it's going to take to construct this place. And because it is an incorporation, everything that goes into the museum is separate from my life. So nothing is going to cross over. Everything that you donate to the museum that goes in the museum stays. One of this program, I have a friend now that is a retired cabinet maker who loves to build, work with wood, and we've come up with this idea to build these 4x4 cases. We're going to do an entire wall of these. I'm hoping for 15 or 20 of them in one section of the museum. That will be a display that you can completely organize. You can do a story of your band club, your history, fallen banners, do any way you like. To give up this merchandise museum, it can be on loan. You can change it, you can rearrange it, tell your story, your history. That way, again, it's an interaction thing for you guys to come and be a part of. Another thing we're doing is a brick paver program. The back side of the museum, I would like to pave a patio with engraved bricks that you can sponsor. And for banners that have passed away, we sponsoring their club and putting their club names on them. I think it'd be really back patio of this place just covered with banner names and clubs and councils. These bricks, I left it on my spot there, but Desperado's holding it up there for me. A 4x8 brick like that is $50. $30 of that actually will go to the museum. You can go to the Facebook webpage to see about that. You go to Bricks R Us and they'll have the whole tutorial there about how you can sponsor. You can write the museum a check or you can pay through PayPal. This company has been really great to work with, and if you ever thought about doing a fundraiser, they set up the entire program for you. You just go on the website, you put in their webpage, and I have those order forms here with me, if anybody wants to see the site. Huh?
I'm from Kansas. Can they make the brick yellow?
They can make the brick any color you want. They are. Yep.
Can you put that in the patio, yellow brick?
Yeah, absolutely. You just tell them when you order the brick. Ready?
One, you mentioned that you had a big sponsor for the museum.
Correct.
I should previous. Tell us what that is.
Who that is? Actually, our patrons would like to be kept anonymous, only because, well, he has his own personal reasons, and I particularly don't want to question it. He is a Vanner. He's retired, doesn't have any family, and inherited a bunch of money, and the government's taking it from him faster than he can write the checks. And it being the museum being a nonprofit, he would rather see the money go into banning than back to the government. So he has been unbelievably gracious in his donation for us to put up this building, to buy the property. Everything has fallen into place in the last couple of years that is kind of making my head spin, but you know, lawyer fees and incorporation fees and getting a CPA and the legality of everything has been staggering to me, but he's been right there behind me, pushing and helping. We have set up a little board of which my wife and Blue Cat is part of, and so we've got, you know, earfuls coming in with ideas and, you know, your suggestions of what we're going for. Just talking to everybody this week, you know, I'm hearing, well, maybe you can do this, maybe do that. People digging into their attics. Jeff told me a story this week about some old Rocky Mountain stuff in a crawl space down in Colorado Springs. We tried like hell to go down there yesterday just to find it. We were more worried about getting stuck in a crawl space than we were.
Why is that? Should have brought that.
Well, Smiley did offer to go with us, so.
Did you have a cost of maybe on the 4x4 cases by any chance?
Yeah, what we're looking for on the case sponsorship is $500. My cost to have the thing built is $200. You know, I'm going to be perfectly upfront with you. The money is going to go right back into the museum to help pay for all those things, keeping us moving forward. Remember, to air condition a building in Florida, to keep the lights on down there, it could cost between $200 and $300 a month just to keep the electric bill paid. Buying paint and plywood and 2x4s and, you know, moving on and keeping the museum progressing. I'd like to landscape the property someday. The construction company made a mess of the yard. I mean, they are going to level it, they're going to seed it, but we lost 5 big trees on that lot. I would like to put some of those trees back. I'd like to wire the yard so that everybody that comes and wants to stay there has a nice hookup and a place to, you know, make sure they got electricity. And those are things in the future that we want to continue to do. Bucko?
You said you got plenty of power and electric and everything out back for people to come camp in their vans and everything. You have a room, and are you allowing motorhomes?
I have, we have a slab actually, and Maz actually asked us about this. I got it all ready for her already, but where I used to park my motorhome and trailer when I still had it, I had it all wired 30 amp for me to be able to just come home park my truck and trailer. It's like an 80-foot driveway. You know, I can't put 50 back there, but I can put 15 or 18 vans anywhere in the yard comfortably. We're building a fire pit for, you know, campfire. We're putting security fence or a privacy fence 3/4 of the way around it. The property does, you know, sit right up against my property. So we've designed the bathroom so that it's accessible from the inside of the museum and the outside. So, you know, it's going to have a full bathroom, shower, everything in there. Plus, I have another shower out back on my home. It's near a little hot tub I've got back there. So we're trying to make. Yeah, that's why I put the privacy fence. So. Right. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to open the bag up about what's going on next summer.
No.
But there is an event that's supposed to be happening in Florida next year that's going to be highly motivating me to get it done for. The museum is currently open the way it is. I'm not going to take my current collection apart and slowly move it over there. The way the construction company has been building the museum, basically we had this much money to work with, and I wanted to put the building as far along as possible with that amount of money. So planting a tree or building this back deck wasn't quite as important to me as getting the museum as far along as I could. When it's done, it's going to be ready for me to paint the walls, paint the floor, and start putting in shelves. So when it's ready, everything's just going to sort of get moved over. In the meantime, if anybody wants to come see the existing museum, it's still there completely intact to view is the way it's been for the last 2 years. Danny?
Will the museum eventually be open to the public at some point where there'll be somebody there that like found out museum down there?
That would be an awesome dream if I knew that the support would be there. Yeah, I mean, my traveling time is diminishing more every year. Although because I have to make a living on the road and I'm doing it less and less every year, it does make it a little impossible for me to be there 24 hours. But at this point, I've never advertised the exact location of the museum because of that. I plan to do a little more of that, you know, GPS and all that kind of stuff. And the more that I'm there, you know, hopefully the more people will come and visit. The website or the Facebook page is getting 100 hits a week now. It's been staggering. And it's coming from all over the world. I'm getting people from Japan and from Norway and from places that I don't even know of that are asking. We had the editor of a hot rod magazine in Sweden show up last year just to see the museum. We've had visitors all the way from Norway, from Germany, Australia, Belgium. It's just, you know, after Council of Councils in Florida 2 years ago, we had 130 people through the door just in 5 days. Before till after council, we had over 200. Banning event, you get a free dash plaque. It's the cornerstone of the museum, which, you know, like in dash plaques alone, there's more than 20,000 of them there to see. One of the things that you didn't see the first time in the museum was 90% of my collection was in cases. And so you didn't get the time to open all these dash plaques and all these patches. Shelving so they can see everything. Participation means a lot. Collectible stuff laying around, the old dash flyers. I think I've been after which, of course, on eBay has gone through the ceiling, portholes or interior dome lights, any of that stuff that just says Banning all over it, just from the 70s. The steering wheels and drink trays and, you know, but a lot of things like that. I did, an idea I had in there was for a section of grills. I want to put front end clips from all the different bands. I've got a mid-Ford and a couple of Dodges, but I'm looking for like a 70s vintage that, you know, the Dodge grill from the 70s, the aluminum one. I think stuff like that will look cool, doing a whole wall of stuff like that. We have an area lined up with club colors. In the last 2 years that banners have passed away, Midwest donated Flames colors to the museum. It was unbelievable. A banner of that stature in our history's colors are going to be hanging there. Flubbo from Canada's stuff all got donated last year. His wife passed on 5 boxes of stuff to me from the Nationals, at the Nationals last year. I got a whole wall planned of back patches and colors and all these jackets from all the clubs that we get stuff from. Rocky Mountain told me yesterday, an older member said that there was a banner hanging around somewhere in a garage that he's going to look for us. You know, it's stuff like that. Things stuff that you think that, you know, might be enough space in a shed somewhere. And again, I will say it one more time, I can't thank you enough for all the support. This has been a love of mine for more than 30 years. It's something I've wanted to do since the day I started manning. And your support has been unbelievably generous. Thank you again.
As soon as Joe sets down. You who may not know me, I'm Larry Gibson. Larry Gibson, Blue. Go along. I last saw his collection before I took a hiatus from panning back in about, what, 1989 or 90, something, 1884. Phenomenal now. I'm not going to take much time except to say I appreciate Joe and Bonnie's honor of asking me to be on the board. And the thing I want to leave with you guys is that this is just the beginning. It's come a long way as far as Joe's dream, but in terms of the museum, this is just the beginning. We have an opportunity to preserve a social phenomenon. And that is really something if you stop and think about it. There's lots of ideas beyond what Joe's talking about what we might want to do in the future. We don't want to cloud the issue. Right now, the idea is support and donation, and we go from there. Thanks. The other item that got mentioned before the meeting was Judith was contacted by an area tourist board wanting to jump on board and help.
Yeah, times this year. Your local tourist boards are out there looking for things to do, and a couple of times this year I've had contact from them wanting to know who to get in contact with if you wanted, if somebody wanted to put on a council meeting, that they would help them. Got Northeast Kentucky last week, and I told Smitty and Donnie about it. But if you want to do a council of council, you don't have to go out on your own and start looking. Go to your local tourist board. That's what their job is. They will help you find a hotel. They will meeting spaces. They will help you find everything you need to put on a council of council. So you don't have to start from scratch. You can get out there with them and do it. And they're looking for something to do. They want to promote your area, their area. So contact them.
I still get contacted by the Green Bay area tourist attractions and all that, whatever. They still send me wanting us to bring a convention there or a meeting or whatever. So once you're in with them, they hold on to you and they keep contacting you. They keep after you. And they gave, when we were in Green Bay, they did our goodie bags for us. They filled bags, we picked them up from them and brought them to the hotel, and we had all kinds of information in them bags for the area and everything and whatever. I mean, we added to those bags and put those in our own bags to give all the little other stuff that we collect, whatever. But the tourist board is definitely a place to stop or start.
And any other topics at this point from the general gallery or disruptive? Okay.
I was asked by some members of my council why it was posted on Facebook a month ago about where the Nationals were going to be. What? Supposed to be decided here. I was asked by some members of my council like a month ago on Facebook about where the Nationals are going to be next year. When supposedly that's going to be decided here.
Who posted it?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
So one of your members found something on Facebook saying that where the location of the Nats next year is going to be.
That's what I'm told.
They got a crystal ball for a computer? Because it did get decided yesterday. I sat in on the meeting and saw the process of the process. Lou?
There was pictures that was put on Facebook for a presentation. and how they got from our private onto the, into the public, I don't know that Facebook page is going to be taken down.
It's the cloud.
It's the cloud, nobody understands the cloud. It just clouds up everything. So it was an error, it was not done on purpose.
That's what Paris Hilton said.
Even there, sorry. Howard? Everybody's got pictures.
Probably don't need the mic. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about two things, media and the movie. First of all, the Manning movie, the guys could not be here this weekend, but they asked me to mention that they really appreciate everybody's support. It went way better than they ever thought it was going to go. The Kickstarter campaign went off. They had 30 or 45 days to raise X amount of dollars, and we, the Banners, doubled that money in half the time, which totally blew them away. They're almost sold out. I had 100 copies of the movie that I've been taking to events and selling for them. I'm down to my last 35 copies. 2 weeks ago, they called me to see how many I had left because they're running out. So everybody in this room that has supported the movie, we thank you for that. We've got a blast doing it. It's been shown at film festivals in Calgary, in California, and Texas, all over the place. We're going to Beloit, Wisconsin next week. They've had band events at these different showings and really promoted banning. The best thing about it to me is the fact that over the 30 years, George can vouch for this too, we've been contacted by so many journalists that want to write a book or do a movie or do something about banning. And pretty much without exception, since 1978, every one of them has been a false start. These guys came to us. Our first meeting was in a bar. We sat there drinking beer for 5 hours. They drove their mid-Dodge vans to the meeting. We hit it off immediately. We worked together with our club and all you people and the big thing in Wisconsin. The movie went great, and they are forever indebted to all of us for doing that with them and for them. And the best part about it on a personal level is last month at our club meeting, Andrew and Brent joined Midwest Vans LTD. So they are banners, and they're going to continue promoting our sport. Right? The third cameraman has an early Chevy that he's building, and the fourth cameraman is looking for a Dodge van right now by himself. So they've been coming to our, they've been a Dodge van. They love it.
Are they going to make a sequel?
We've talked. They're busy with a lot of other projects right now. They got 2 other big ones going besides us. Dave.
I was just gonna say, there's another Vannon documentary trying to get off the ground. He posted on Vannon.com, sorry, I should know better. He wants to do his a bit more on this documentary side, a bit more serious, showing a little less of the, we're a bunch of crazies, which is great for us, but that's not something I want to show my parents. You know, so if people are interested in trying to get another documentary out there that's going to show us in a good light, it's more about the banners and the vans and less about the party. There's a guy who's got a link on Vanny.com who is trying to doing the same thing to GoFundMe. He's from Texas.
So Valence is actually the one that did it. He did this with Don. He's done this with me.
Yeah, you guys are in his promo.
And what it does is it focuses on the van, the interior, and what it means to you. And he's compiling all of it, and it's pretty wicked cool stuff.
Right. I know that one has been coming along for a long time, and I was going there, but I think hoping that it's not going to be another false start that we've seen so many times. On a different side of the coin, media, somebody over there said, talk to the media and let them know what you're doing. Last year at New York, I wound up meeting an automotive journalist, coincidentally who lives 40 miles from me, but she had never been to a van event, had no idea what to expect, came there for a day, stayed for 3, loved it. If you guys don't know about it already, there's a website, it's an online car show newsletter called Cruisin' USA. It's KRUZINUSA.com.
She's nice.
Yeah, very. Marshall was the other one. I was going to go there. But anyway, So I wound up being the media coordinator, took her all over the truck and introduced her to a bunch of people. She did a bunch of interviews. The bottom line is, when you get home, go on the search Pony Girls blog and go back in time to the Nationals and read what she wrote more about the event she attended with no clue what to expect. It's pretty cool. I've read it 15 times and I've gotten goosebumps 15 times. It's really neat. Then she came to High Roland only for 2 hours and managed to put up 100 and some pictures and write a little article about that. And I'm pretty sure she's already committed to us to come down. We're trying to work something out. Her dad's got a bit, whatever, but there's a date conflict, but she's gonna try and work out to be there again this year. But try and go to that website and support that. The other people were the ones Doc mentioned. Martha Jeffries from New York City was there with a camera crew, did a bunch of interviews. And that gets back to the false start thing I was talking about. We've ever heard nothing more. I've emailed her 5 times, never heard it. She was trying to sell that to NBC 5 News Online or something in New York City. But anyway, so the media is important. These car journalists that come, John Jackson was the first when he came to Ohio years ago in that Corvair van. He came there for a day and he stayed for 7 days. And his whole comment was, I've never seen an automotive event where every club gets along, they all hang out together. I go to the blue Mustang, red Mustang, so they won't park, why they don't like each other or whatever. He says, I've never seen anything like this. He stayed there for 7 or 8 days and walked. So all you guys do a local event, you pay $5.
And he just happens to be a treasurer.
Find these local car magazines and stuff and get us some coverage.
You had something you wanted to?
Yeah,
You had your hand up.
we have the movies for sale by Joe.
And then 20?
15.
Is there more than one movie?
What about
And I've
15?
had people say that movie wasn't the same as that movie.
When they first started showing the previews, it was a little different than what it is now, because in the interim between the first previews and the first film festivals, they got permission from VF Goodrich to use footage from the Bowling Green movie. They didn't have that permission at first. The movie we're selling now is the final version. It's 62 minutes long. The original was only 56 minutes long. The difference is the VF Goodrich footage. So they gave, not only give us permission to use it, they said digitalized master prints of Free Willin'. And when you look at the movie now, the video that's on there from Bowling Green 76 is like it was filmed yesterday. So yes, the final version is different than the previous version, but basically it's the same.
But the for sale copy has always been the 62?
The copy's always been the 62-minute final version.
So if you bought a copy, you don't have to run out and buy the collector box set. About banners in the media and things that have been going on, promotional items. Carlisle Events, one of the largest car show promoters in the country, out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania, had a good thing going about 4 years ago with Kirk Custom Van, doing a thing called Vanarama. They're doing it again in August at Carlisle. We've done it twice down here in Florida, and the good thing is this November coming up, November 12th to the 15th, it's going to be in Florida at Sun and Fun, a great place close to Joe's. So if somebody wanted to come, like Mom was talking about, do some travel around, do some good things, you could visit Joe's. You could come to Vanarama, where a bunch of people are going to be down there from all over the place, no club, no group, back or wherever. It's just vans in the media, and go to carlisleevents.com, look at their website, see if they're going to banners.
Also, if any of you have been on the Vantasia Facebook and seen the guy Dale Satterley out of Kentucky, he's been posting a lot of pictures from early vanning. He had a van called Afternoon Delight. I kind of like the middle name. He's looking to get a van. If he doesn't, he's going to come to this year's Nationals. He also takes pictures for a lot of car clubs and puts them in magazines. And he's going to come to the Nationals this year. So going to get some media time that way. But he's a good guy. I don't know if, I know some of you know him, but he back in the 70s, he used to build vans. And then, I can't think of his name, out there in West Virginia, Mark Hand is been contacted by the Good Guys, and they're going to have a van show in September with the cars, and it's going to be in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So he was supposed to get some flyers out here. I didn't see them out there. So.
There's a real pretty van for sale, I think, in the parking lot yesterday, in case he was looking for one.
Was it a Dodge? 'Cause-
No.
Oh, Howard had somebody looking for a Dodge. Anybody else out on the gallery that had anything they wanted to discuss, mention, blurt out? Your turn.
Just a reminder, for those who don't know, you should know, vanin.com is gone. It is vanning.com. I made an offer, I refused it, I kept refusing, and finally they made an offer I couldn't refuse. Nothing has changed, you just gotta add a G, vanning.com. On that note, not everybody is on Facebook. If you are hosting an event, put it in the events section of vanning.com. I don't post them for you, because I don't know anything about your event. If somebody asks a question on it, I don't know how to answer it. That's why I ask you, post your events. That way there, if somebody responds, hey, I need more information, they're gonna get an email, you can answer them. I will take that information as the events come due throughout the summer, and I will help promote it via Facebook, via Twitter, via Vanning, to get it out to as many people as possible. Help promote your running, get the word out. But it's gotta start with you. It's a free service. Put your event on vanning.com. There's a big blurb at the top that shows you how to do it. How to put the subject line so that people understand where and when it is. How to get it so it shows up on the calendar. It's all there. I will help you edit it and correct it and make it look pretty after the fact, but you got to get it there first. That's it.
All right.
Again, this year, Wisconsin Van Council is doing our free trucking giveaway for the truckers in Wisconsin. All you need to do, go over by Gypsy. Thank you. Go over by Gypsy. We got a box there. Fill your name out. Wrap it in the box. We draw a name. First name goes to the first truck of the year. They're non-transferable, but it's a free trucking in Wisconsin, especially for those of you that may be traveling in the Midwest before or after nationals or whatever. There's some truckings. So go out and get a free trucking.
And by a max pre-reg for next year. Joe? For the summer, sorry.
We're gonna be doing the hot wheel races in the hallway next year, 4 o'clock, right outside the door to your left.
Next year? You said next year.
You sure?
Next year.
Next year.
Next 2 years.
You guys want to-
Get the cheese out, man. There's too much processed cheese in there, that's the problem.
Oh, boy.
All right. Anybody has anything else they would like to bring up? Where are we going? Well, so both of you have stated that you will bring a bid back next year? Or the year after, yes. When applicable. Well, I have to say, Scott gets his wish. Hopefully there's another dance. We're going to Texas.
Hey, you guys want these back?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Pass the green folders back and get us even cost. So fill our suitcases.
Hey, I might add, I'd like to see Wisconsin put on another national.
Yeah.
Taz is like,
I
what?
guess the statement is keep looking. All right, so
This would be a
we're,
lot better for it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should change that.
Hello?
It does work. Where at? Oh, yeah, it must be the Oreo here. Being the president of Colorado Band Council, I'd like to present this to Crystal, and we're going to Texas. I heard everything's a little bit bigger in Texas. But with that, last year, BCBC was so kind to give some seed money. So we, as Council of Colorado Band Council, we were gonna give Crystal $250 to start right now.
You better go get you a roll of tickets real quick.
I'm sure I can get that. I'm sure I can.
I have some more rolling up.
Mr. Denny Hayne, right there he is. Are you gonna read him?
Sure.
We're gonna have Jeff read everybody. We've got a little gift to send home for all you guys who've got a very big suitcase now. It's gonna be very something simple, so. And with this, one last charm you just earned for you guys who sat here. You get your last charm today.
I thought you was gonna give us some of that illegal stuff.
Sorry. Thank you. Ooh, nice. So we're gonna go through this, we sort of a double check to make sure we got everybody registered in. Kathy's gonna call off who we have showing and being here. Let us know if we missed anybody.
Alive? Colorado? Downstate Illinois? Florida? Heart of America? Maryland? Mid-America? For the final time. Midwest? National Trucking Board? New England? New Jersey? Northeast Ohio? Northern California? Northwest, Band Council? Ontario? Pennsylvania? Southern California Band Network? Southeast Band Council? Ohio? Texas Band Federation? Vinton Chevy? Voices? Wisconsin? And South Dakota.
Did we get everybody? Excuse me. I have to cut for Ontario. Ontario, there we go.
Just as a side note, I want to see South Dakota, Pennsylvania, and Texas before y'all go.
I've got a great memory, so the damn recall.
Also, we've got a little gift for our board members here. We always like to make sure that everybody appreciates what they do. They come here and run this meeting for us, so we'd like to say thank you to you guys as well. Thank you for helping us do this.
Yes.
I heard I get to do a commercial break, really? Wow, guys. No longer than 13 seconds. I can make it quick. Of course, the treatables and the van races, of course, next door, as Joe did mention. Also, we've got, the band will be playing again tonight, so hopefully they'll be out at the same time. Band things going out. Yeah, yes. So the band will be playing again tonight. Once again, we'd like to thank every one of you guys for being here. Peanut Gallery, if you want to come up, I might have a little charm to share around with some of those people that are in the Peanut Gallery that might want those. So I think I'm going to get a little rush here, but thank you for all being here. Have a great time. Party on later tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, which one are you looking about?
Don't everybody run out the room just yet. As soon as everybody has come up for their commemorative charm.
You are.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
They were using our nickname.
Don't be leaving, please.
This is your.
That's my name.
Close the door.
My email.
Amen.
Okay, so that's the name that needs to be there, right?
Yeah.
If you can come back up after the meeting, so we can just document what you're saying about how the NASBA is dissolving, what you're doing with the bank account and that sort of thing. We kind of struggled with this next item. It's not really part of the councils itself. However, something was missing at the starting of the meeting. Usually we have somebody here that's very outspoken, opinionated. A lot of us have pissed him off, and a lot of us have been pissed off by him, but I think he's generally speaking missed. And I'm talking about Raul. He did make it this year to councils. The word is that he is not doing too well. I don't know if anybody has any way to reach him to let him know that we still acknowledge him and appreciate him and miss him. If anybody has a way to do that, then I throw it out there. Please do so. All right. It doesn't sound good right at this point in time, so I noticed right away we didn't have somebody to immediately motion to not read the minutes, but we've all heard from him on many other subjects, so I think he'll be missed when we stop seeing him show up here. So that's all I want to say about that. So Cindy and Lou, everybody's got the information for the rest of the night? We be done. See you in Texas.
You're all set. We'll take care.
Oh, you're good? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got it. I just didn't have a phone number in my book. I can give you a whole bunch of
Motion's to adjourn.
Yeah. That's the one you get.
Thank you very much. I hope you stay.
Presentation was awesome. Yeah, I will definitely be there.
Yeah, before something.
Here, a second. Motion to adjourn. Game.
in. Where's my stop? Stop.